Daylilies are prolific propagators, equally comfortable in a garden or in the wild. They're called daylilies because each flower opens in the morning, then wilts at night. Their season is long. Plants in full production bear buds, blossoms, and shriveled blooms all at the same time. They grow in groups and replenish blossoms daily, so picking won't harm them. This distant cousin of onion was imported from Asia, where it's been a staple food since prehistoric times. It produces edible parts from spring through fall. Its little tubers are edible. The best time to dig them is in early April or late October. They're found in clusters underneath the plants. These might be slightly laxative to some people, but for those who can tolerate them, they're a crisp and crunchy treat. Just try a small amount first until you determine how they affect your digestive system. They should be cooked. To prepare them, pull off the long tuber strings, rinse off the dirt, and boil for about 15 minutes. Young daylily leaves are edible too, but since they might be confused with those of the poisonous iris, I'm going to focus on the daylily's buds and flowers. Collect buds beginning in late June when they're greenish-orange. They should be about 1 inch to 2 inches long. I always cook them since I get a stomachache if I don't. Place the buds in water and simmer for a few minutes. Drain them well, as they absorb water, which will drip all over your plate. Use them in any recipe that calls for green beans. This bud's for you! Daylily flowers have no poisonous lookalikes. They flower during July. No matter what color they are, they're all edible, raw or cooked. They vary in flavor. Yellow ones are the sweetest. The entire blossom can be either stuffed with various fillings or frittered. The fritters make first-rate hors d'oeuvres. Since each flower contains 6 petals, you don't need to pick many of them. Separate the individual petals and dip each one into the same type of batter previously described in my dandelion video. Just remember to fry them on both sides. These cooked strips resemble bacon in looks, not taste, and are crunchy. They taste sweet with a bit of zing. Everyone seems to love them. Even the papery, withered flowers are useful. These are what Asian specialty shops call golden needles. I add them to soups. I let them dry in the plant, then bring them inside to finish the process. I store them in glass jars for later use. A word of caution. Although most people can eat daylilies with no adverse reactions, some experience mild nausea and diarrhea after eating large amounts of this plant. My advice is to eat a small amount and see how it affects you. I like to use the flowers because they don't seem to cause as much discomfort. Perhaps whatever causes problems is not as concentrated in the flower as it is in the earlier growth. For those of you who can include them in your diet, they're delicious.